welcome back to another video today, everyone. I hope your day is going well. Hope your afternoon is great. Hope your evening is good too. Make sure you be drinking some water. Again, some more water. It's hot. I just finished a walk. My first time walking in a bit because it's been so hot. I want to make sure I can survive the walk. But anyways, thank you so much. This intro is gonna be a little bit longer because I have so much gratefulness to say. Thank you so much. Feel free to fast forward it, by the way. Okay. Thank you so much for the support on the Alex Bale video and all my videos as of late. Because I didn't expect them to blow up as much as they did. Especially the Alex Bale reaction. It blew up more than the Cars one did. And I saw the comments, a couple comments that I got. And I definitely will react to more in the future. I'll happily be your option of choice of reactor to react to his theories because I enjoy them as well. I am into them. I love what he does. I love when he ruins my childhoods. I'm into that shit. Anyways, today we have The Worst Teachers in America by Papa Me. He is a YouTuber who I've been watching for a while. This is his second channel. His main channel is Meat Canyon. Yeah, he's Meat Canyon. And can't believe I almost forgot. That's embarrassing. But I mostly watch his Papa Me. I don't watch his Meat Canyon animations. It's not nothing against it. It's just like not my thing. I like watching these and just putting them on while I'm playing a game. You know, as a lot of us do. We put on a lot of YouTube videos while we're eating, while we're just reading a book or something, just to have on in the background. And I like the way he talks about certain stories. Honestly, all of his stories. And also I saw this pop up in my recommended. I was watching it a bit, and I was like, nah, I'll make a YouTube video out of it because I have some stories to say about teachers that I've had. I don't want to just talk about the worst teachers. I want to talk about the good teachers to make sure it's balanced. And I hope you guys enjoy my reaction. Hope you guys subscribe as well, because I've gotten 20 plus subscribers in the last day, which is amazing. I've never seen that much explosion since I made over like 2 years ago now. I made the reaction to Shoe on Head, but even that one didn't get as many subscribers. It's got a lot of viewers, over 1,000 viewers, and that is fucking insane. And then I didn't see that until I made the compilation video of my VTuber reacting to multiple VTubers. So thank you so much. I just want to say that I'm hoping to make this full time in the future. If it comes to it, please keep subscribing, keep liking, keep commenting. It helps push me on the algorithm. If you guys keep supporting me, I'll keep posting more. But yeah, also let me know what else you guys want to see, okay? Sorry for the very long intro. I've been told that long intros are what kills the retention rate, but I just need to say how grateful I am. Alright, let's get into Papa Meat, shall we?
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come and sit down because today we're going to be talking about the cruel world of teachers. It doesn't take a genius to understand that teachers have it pretty tough. Not only are some students completely out of control.
Like, there are some bad teachers, yes, but I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later. I already made the intro long.
Hard to deal with, but teachers are also fighting a losing battle against kids with increasingly deteriorating attention spans. Despite poor pay and work conditions, most teachers will see the importance in their work and give it their all. Where were those motherfuckers at when I grew up?
They were there. You just didn't have them. Or they didn't like you. They wanted you to fail.
Unfortunately, there are also many that are straight up deranged and unfit to look after children. For the worst of the worst teachers, all logic can go straight out the window when the right buttons are pushed. So today, let's go back to school to see just how nightmarish some of these teachers can be. Which I want to start off with. Worst teacher you ever had. Worst teacher you ever knew about. Had to be in your school, though. Name names. Name names. Drop the names.
We had like 3 football coaches get arrested for pedophilia.
Same?
Oh, okay. Since he's asking us now I can talk. I know he's asking Nick, but I'm gonna chime in too. So crazy that his school had 3. My old high school had 1 that got arrested for having sex with it was a female teacher having relations with a high school student. And that was way after I graduated. Like 2 years after I graduated, my mom sent it to me. Um, she was like, "Did you have this teacher?" I was like, "No." And the crazy thing is, a friend of mine sent me a reel about how a female teacher in general from a different school, different state, got arrested for relations with a minor. I forgot if it was middle school or high school. It doesn't fucking matter. It's disgusting regardless. And I've read the comments. It is sinful. The amount of men that wish they were that whatever year old. That is in fucking insane. They're all like, where was that teacher when I was in high school? Where was that teacher when I was in blah 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 blah. You can let your imagination run from there. Disgusting. I just want to go on that tangent. That he sent me that, and I fucking hated the cesspool that I saw. I can't believe the internet has gone to a point where people are comfortable saying that type of shit, and crazy they can find other people like them, but that's the world we live in. But anyways, for me, now that I can say it, my horrible teacher was my science teacher. I forget if it was biology or science, whatever. It's science regardless. And he fucking it was during the like I think it was we were coming back from COVID. No. It was during the peak of COVID and school was still in session, and it was like the beginning where like people were like told like if you are sick with anything you have to quarantine for like 2 weeks, and that's why some teachers had online portals for you to keep up with your homework for like with like classwork notes and stuff like that, just in case there was like a test during the 2 weeks that you were gone. You were supposed to get like an extension to where like you can test the day you come back and you are clean, or at least clean enough to come back to school, you know. And really hope my mic's getting recorded. It is too deep in. Yes, okay. And this teacher fucking, when I was out for a total of 6 weeks, because I was out originally because I had a cold. And then they told me, after I was feeling better from the cold, they told me I had to quarantine for another no, it wasn't 6 weeks. It was 4 weeks. Regardless, I was out for a decent amount of time against my will, at least for both times, because I was sick, and then I was told to quarantine by the school. And then when I came back, I was way the fuck behind. Like, the teacher kept going. He had nothing on his online portal. Like, let's just, like, for example, like, to put it into perspective, they were on chapter 6. I was on chapter 3. I was halfway behind. And I asked the teacher for some notes and the homework. And he literally told me that he doesn't keep that stuff. I was like, then how much? I was like, okay. I was a kid back then. He was an adult. I didn't want to be rude and be standing up to an adult or teacher, because that's how I was raised. Yes, I talk shit a lot to my family. We're not getting into that. The point is that I was like, okay, and I told my mom. That's what he said, and she lost her shit. Like, she wasn't the only one. A ton of parents were complaining about teachers not doing the right thing when it came to the COVID mandate, kids that have to quarantine against their will, and they next thing you know they come back and they're like 6 weeks behind pretty much, because those teachers do not miss a beat. They do this assignment for a few days, for a couple classes, move on. Couple classes, move on. Couple classes, move on. You know, and I'm pretty sure other people can relate to that, because my high school had block schedule, so it was evens, odds, evens, odds. And and classes were an hour long, or sometimes it'll be half days and they're like 30 minutes long or 20 minutes. But point is that I was really behind. He didn't help. He was very rude about it, and we eventually all the parents plus mine, plus my mom, complained enough to where the counselor forced the teachers to go into retraining, which pissed them off. And I will remember this for as long as I live because it was awesome. I love my mom. She is so badass for this, as well as the other parents who did it as well are sick for standing up for the kids like that. Because some parents don't give a shit. They're like, whatever, do it yourself. Because there are bad parents out there like that. But yeah. So that's what happened, and and I finally got the help I needed. I was able to catch up and all that, so it worked out in the end. It just was like he was supposed to keep, for the kids who miss against their will, at least as a teacher, you would think that they would keep a separate stack of extra notes and a stack of, extra stacks of homework paper or whatever, or at least keep them on their portal. And so you can able to catch up even at home, so you don't fail. You know. And yeah. So let's get back to the video. This is only a minute in, and I already had a 9-minute rant. But he asked us, so let's continue. I'll tell you more about the other teachers later on.
Maybe not three. I had one. Mr. Rigby got arrested. If I remember correctly, go back to my mind. He got arrested for the student, but they found 4 pregnancy tests in his desk or something.
Oh, shit.
Hopefully he's still in prison. Is Mr. Rigby still in prison? Let's look it up, editor.
He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 9 years in prison. He was released last year. He would actually look this up.
Be longer.
There was one from our high school who got caught, and then 2 from our junior high.
God damn.
It was with the same student, too.
What?
And then...
multiple teachers, same student? What the hell is this?
And then I know someone whose sister, her husband was dating... He was also coach, but he was dating a high school student.
Are you saying that the football coaches of America are seedy fucking weirdos? No. High school football coaches? Are we saying, can we make a statement right now? Are all high school football coaches
I mean, you never know.
Boldly give a general statement.
I didn't know if that's what you were saying. All right. Let's get the Vatican. And it's like the Vatican with priests. Because you can't say every Catholic priest is a pedophile.
But there's a correlation.
Yes.
A lot of them.
Pattern.
Yes.
Most teachers don't enter this field as a completely broken person. In fact, many of them start off with a genuine passion for teaching, only to be broken to pieces through years of torment. All right, dude. Well, hold on a second. Listen, you go into any job, years of doing something, you're going to become, maybe you don't have as much passion anymore, right, or whatever. But I don't think that justifies a teacher being bad. I just want to put that out there. I don't give a fuck if it's years of torment. You signed up for it. It's a hard job being a teacher and having to deal with other people's kids and teach them, when obviously it's the last thing that kids want to be doing. But you have a duty. You got to do it, right? You can't just be like, well, fucking kids suck. What do you expect? A good teacher can change the course of a child's life. That's why you are the way you are, is because you had no good teachers, did you? Not one. Not one teacher. Insane. What's one that you were like, that changed my life?
Mr. Walker, Mr. Lemley.
You're saying it as if you're making up their names right on the spot. Mr.
Should I? Yeah, because that's what you guys are here for a reaction for. You guys are here for me telling my stories. And if you guys want to go watch the original video, link is in the description below, like always. As well as join the Discord. As well as enjoy my music. My album's out everywhere. So go enjoy it. Self-promo. Anyways, teacher that really changed my life. I'll remember him forever. He helped me a lot in middle school. He took care of me. He watched over me like a semi-parent. He always allowed me to go to his classroom if I wanted to get away from the other kids. I forgot his name. Damn. Me and my mom always forget his name. But plus I don't want to dox him. I doubt he wants to. I don't want to say his name without his permission. I don't keep in contact with him, of course. I haven't talked to him in years since middle school. But I just don't want to say his name just for privacy reasons. But he was awesome. He supported me. He helped me out with homework sometimes too, whenever possible. And whenever I was having like a bad day, he allowed me to go into his room, into that classroom. He was my homeroom. All he was my homeroom teacher. It's literally like he didn't teach me anything. Actually, no, I think I had a class with him. I forget. Like I said, it was middle school. I'm 22 now, years ago now. But yeah, him and my English teacher in middle school. Middle school was one of the worst times of my life, but worst years of my life. But I also had like good teachers that put me onto some stuff that I love to this day, like The Giver. My English teacher did that for a class project. I read it. The best one of my top 10 books I've ever read. And like teachers don't need like to change your life or anything. Like you go out and you do amazing things. No, they just need to make an impact. That's what they're there for. Like my English teacher, like she was amazing, but the only impact she did was like she put me onto the Giver book, which has impacted my life. Helped me see things from a different perspective because I related to the kid, as well as like my homeroom teacher and oh my yeah, roast me in the comments. My special ed teacher. Yes, I was in special ed. Durr, I'm fucking autistic. Anyways, my special ed teacher, my first special ed teacher, before he left the school, he was awesome. He's very kind and sweet, and unfortunately, he had we had a class full of dipshits. I unfortunately was one of them. I won't lie. I'm not gonna put myself high and make myself high and mighty, act like I was the best kid in that class. But I was better. I will say that, but I wasn't the best. Like the other kids, I did like hang out with them because I wanted attention and stuff like that. Now I don't give a shit. I mean, of course I want attention, I want views, but like only because I want to entertain people. I just want people to see me so I know that they're entertained. That's all I give a shit about. I don't care about the actual need to go out and seek attention, that type of thing. If that makes any sense or if that's contradictory, I don't know. But pretty much he was awesome. Yeah.
Walker, word. Mr. Limley. Did he use an umbrella and fly into fucking school every day? Mr. Limley! Many students have an unquenchable desire to make their teachers' lives miserable in every way possible.
Yes.
It's not uncommon for a teacher to be both verbally and physically assaulted, which is something many experienced teachers can't admit to. For example, one pregnant chemistry teacher caught a student using their phone in class and began arguing with her about it, only to be literally kicked in the stomach and sent to the hospital. I would kill that child. I would take that child by the root of their hair and I would say that God made a mistake, and I would scalp her and I would throw her in the dumpster, because I can tell you right now, no one would miss her. Even if you're in high school or even if you're in middle school, how do you have the audacity to kick a pregnant woman in the stomach?
Bad parents. That's what it all comes down to. The school system is about bad parents seeing school as like a daycare, and they don't want to do anything to educate their child, and then they get upset when their students or their kids are falling behind.
Well, that makes
Actually, that's a nail on the head right there. That's one of the problems. But like to kick a pregnant woman, I get being upset about someone who isn't your parent, who isn't your mom, your dad, your auntie, your grandpappy, your grandmammy, whoever the fuck, who actually has the authority to tell you to get off your phone. I get that, but you are still under the authority of the teacher in that room. Shuck it up, put your big boy panties on, and deal with it. Because, guess what? You are in their room. Just like the room is supposed to be treated like a household. They have the power, they have to say so. And some teachers take that to their fucking egos and go on a power trip. I'm not saying that the teachers are always in the right. Like I said, I have my own stories of bad teachers. Point is that child kicked a pregnant woman that could have killed that kid. We don't know if it killed the kid. He's about to tell us, I'm sure. If hopefully the baby was all right and she still went to full term. But because that could be attempted murder, maybe. Maybe they could press charges on the kid. She could have pressed charges on the kid.
Makes me sad. Nick, I'm sad about that.
You know what? This is what I would do to that girl who kicked the pregnant woman.
It better be violent.
When she eventually gets a teen pregnancy.
Unfortunately, stories like these are no rare occurrence.
That's crazy. Even the beginning of that sentence, that is crazy. I already know where he was going. I'm not going to say it. God, I'm just as bad as him.
What do you mean? How many students are kicking pregnant teachers?
Pregnancy.
Unfortunately, stories like these are no rare occurrence. What do you mean?
That's what he said.
How many students are kicking pregnant teachers in the stomach?
I think similar. Students standing up to teachers.
How many students last year kicked their pregnant teacher in the stomach? Is there a stat for that?
There's no stat.
This video is sponsored by Fume, the leaders in flavored air. Fume is the flavored stuff. They said the classroom.
I had a teacher in 7th grade. He was, what is it when you get cut and your wounds don't heal and you bleed out? It's a disease. Your blood doesn't coagulate.
Did you go to Hogwarts? Mr. fucking Lenny or whatever the fuck it was, and now the man who can't heal? What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm pretty sure it's a joke, but some kids not threaten, but they're like, I want to give the teacher a paper cut and see if he needs to go to the hospital.
Someone actually said that to you? Because they didn't like him? Legitimately, I've never had a school experience.
Though.
I'm curious if people in the comments are like, oh yeah, there was people all the time that like they got in a fight with their teacher. Listen, I've heard things where people are like, this is bullshit. You know, Colton, you can't say like that. But that's it. I've never heard someone be like, I'm gonna hit this lady with my car. Or I'm gonna give him a paper cut.
I had a friend. This is high school. My buddy came in and he gave me drugs to hold on to because he's a drug dealer in the middle of class. And my teacher got upset. And then anyways, he came back at the end of class to get him, and my teacher chewed him out or whatever for interrupting class twice. My friend was so upset, the next day brought a screwdriver and a knife. And he said, I'm going to pop his tires and I'm going to shank him.
I feel like
Jesus
I've gone just to a
Christ.
complete. I made up school. If this is real. There's a guy who used to sell Adderall in our school, and he got caught by the teacher, and he just did. What are you doing? What are you doing? He did. I know. He's like, come on. That was the extent of it.
Oh, I had a girl pregnant.
No more. Time the fuck out. No more. We have got an objective here today.
She was pregnant and brought a gun to school, and the police came in and arrested her.
We all know kids can be cruel, and sometimes they'll resort to the most batshit ways of acting out without a proper understanding of how their actions affect other people. In a small town in Maine, 3 teenage girls planned to prank their teacher using a batch of cookies laced with crushed up X-Lax pills, enlisting the help of one of their mothers, 43-year-old Julia Hunt. What do you mean the mom was in on this? They kindly presented them the next day, only for the teacher to end up passing them out to several students who became violently ill within a few hours. The girls were suspended, but Julia was arrested and charged with misdemeanor assault and sentenced to a lengthy community service. Put her in prison. Do you think that, and this is going to sound crazy, do you think girls like that, or you see it sometimes in movies where it's like, oh, the star athlete guy gets special treatment. Do you think that's a real thing? If you're like, oh, they're the cheerleaders of the school, so they get better treatment in the town. The cops and stuff are like, well, I guess just don't do it again.
They do that. A lot of times if it's like a football player or whatever.
A mom baking X-Lax cookies and then just knowing and being like, what a funny prank. Take stories like this, couple it up with poor treatment and pay, and it's no wonder burnout rates in teachers are at a historical high. In fact, it's not uncommon for teachers to claim they have PTSD thanks to inherently abusive jobs. Several have claimed that after retirement, it took several years to recover from the trauma they experienced at the hands of both students and bosses. I can imagine being a teacher under an unruly principal would be fucking horrible. What does a principal even do? What the does a principal even do? Honestly, what the do they even do? They're in an office and you can't find them. They're always gone. Where the hell are they? What are they doing?
Playing golf.
You think so?
With the superintendent. Yeah.
I kind of want to call my high school and be like, what does the principal do?
No way. No fucking way. He's actually calling his old high school.
This is Hunter Hank. I was a graduate there back in 20. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh, I'm not doing bad. I just had a quick question. The role of the principal, we're just doing a little document here. The role of the principal, what exactly does the principal do at the school?
What the
See
fuck?
if I've got like a job description I can just read to you. Let's see here. So,
What does the school principal even do, ChatGPT?
Discipline appeals, EOC assessments, graduation scheduling, budget, purchasing, evaluations.
Is the principal gone quite a bit during the week, attending to stuff?
I would say maybe like 50-50.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for. I was just curious. We were just looking it up, get anything, but I appreciate your time. I was just curious.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
She didn't even know what the principal does.
What? Is that not fucking crazy? Is he there? Oh, he's here about 50-50. Budget spending, made up role. Made up role. If I was a teacher, I'd be fucking pissed. No wonder people want to be principals. You don't do shit. As much as we should respect our teachers, let's not pretend that respect should be evenly distributed, right? Some teachers display all sorts of cruel and questionable behavior deserving of criticism. I'm not going to sit here and say that every teacher's a fucking hero. Do I think that it's a tough battle? Absolutely. Do I think that there are more unruly kids than there are bad teachers? Probably. But there are teachers that are horrible. And that's why I want to make this video, is because there has been some stuff that we've seen that I'm still recovering from the principal call. That was insane. The system has got to change, I feel like, you know?
Because pay is so low for a lot of teachers, it's a lot of times a fall job where it's just like, well, I can't get anything else to be a teacher. And once you're tenured as a teacher,
It's impossible to get fired.
yeah, it's impossible because they're all
Yeah.
in unions and stuff.
Yeah.
So, which at my school, surprisingly enough, teachers were not unionized, but the custodians were.
No, you got. I mean, the custodians at a school are God's strongest warriors. Kids are just fucking disgusting.
True.
The amount of people at my school. See, there wasn't a lot of violence, but people like puking and shitting their pants, pissing themselves. Kind of sounds like I went to school with an insane asylum. It's just some weird stuff like, oh, they're sick. Kids getting sick and they're like, oh, just shit all over the floor.
Oh, yeah.
God bless custodians. Can we just take a second? God bless custodians.
Thank you.
Don't say thank you, dude. You've been out of the service. You were not in long enough to be considered a full-time custodian. You did man the mines, though.
The one guy, first day on his job, he went to unclog a toilet because someone put an apple in there. Kids they'll like put an apple in the toilet and then shit all in it and make it. I swear to God, I think it was like a whole football team of people. One toilet. It
joke.
piled up, yeah, like almost 2 feet above the seat. So anyways, he had to scoop that all out and throw it in a trash bag. He was plunging it out, and then when the apple got loose, it just erupted in his face. And then anyways, he walked out covered in and just quit on the spot. Said, I'm done.
How do you even recover from that? I don't blame him. Say what you would about fucking teachers. Those motherfuckers ain't scooping shit and having that explosive poop spray go over them, you know?
That is so fucking disgusting, but it's true. It's like, it's not just school bathrooms. Yes, it's the worst at school bathrooms. 100% true. But just public restrooms in general, man, they're just disgusting. Like, people don't know how to clean up after themselves. That's just all it comes down to.
Make the custodians principals. You never hear about the custodians being there 50-50. Those motherfuckers are there all 100. In Canada, one middle school teacher was suspended after bringing his pet ball python to class. I myself. If that happened, I would cry.
Would you ever kill the snake?
No, I wouldn't. I couldn't go near it. Also, you know what's fucked up is I'm deathly afraid of snakes. I can't do the killing of animal. I get too sad. I just can't do it. If it was like attacking me, it'd be a different thing. Yeah. But it's like I'm not just and like hit it. I would probably just be like, and I'd run away. It was Halloween time, and Arthur Owen Sanderson wanted to compliment his post-apocalyptic costume by housing the 3-foot python in the pouch he wore across his waist. Despite his best efforts, most of the students were terrified by this, with some even being reduced to tears. What a cruel thing to bring to school, too. Also, you have to realize, as a snake or insect, like a snake or spider owner, that's not a fucking normal thing. You can make, this drives me fucking crazy. It's always a certain breed of person. I'm not going to be judgmental. It's always a fucking psycho that has a snake and aren't they cute? No, they're not fucking cute.
We're gonna get a video on him going after the people who collect insects. Unless he already has a video on that, I just haven't seen it. But yeah, I do not fuck with snakes. I do not fuck with spiders. Do not fuck with insects in general. I hate them. They are disgusting to me. People collect them. Good for them. I don't want to see them.
Cute. My pet spider, isn't he cute? No, he's not fucking cute. You psychopath.
My snake goes lamb.
The most frightening thing I've seen online is when those snakes open the doors in the house. And they fall in the. I legitimately. There's a fucking pet snake that ate the guy. Oh, he was sleeping. It was trying to eat him. Oh, Nick, I can't even talk about it anymore. I'm getting too flustered. My heart's weak. I got like a quail heart. Some thought it was a prop and asked to have it draped along their neck before freaking out upon realizing it was a live fucking snake. In some cases, he would trick staff members into reaching inside the pouch without knowing what was inside, causing them to run away in fear. Sanderson went on to 5 different classrooms as well as a staff room throughout the day to repeat this whole routine before eventually being suspended for 2 days without pay. Oh, good. He gets to go home and just fucking do whatever weird shit snake owners do. In Queensland, Australia, a high school teacher was harshly criticized for allegedly dressing up as a cat and referring to herself as Miss Purr. Would you want hyper-realistic cat or would you want size cat?
Hyper-realistic, like the Cat in the Hat. See, that'd be cool. If someone dressed up as the Cat in the Hat.
It'd be horrifying,
Oh,
but sure.
no. Oh, no, we don't talk about that.
But I guess that'd be cool. I'd be fucking frightened. Not only would she hiss at her students for answering questions incorrectly, it was claimed that she would even lick the back of her hands and pretend to groom herself.
Okay, now that's weird.
You know it's probably gross too? That bitch was eating like a tuna sandwich at lunch or something. Got that fucking cat breath, or got like, you ever see someone's tongue when they don't brush very well and it has like a fucking like film of like clam chowder on top of it? I bet you anything she was doing that. Fuck. One student's mother claimed that she insisted her daughter purr in order to receive a lollipop. Not to, I don't want to jump to too far of conclusions. This feels a bit fishy. Does it not? Students started speaking out about this behavior, posting photos and videos and blowing up the story. Once it gained traction and sparked outrage, she was fired from her job. Well, she's looking in the back of her head. At this point, by how riled up I am, I mean, what the fuck are you doing? Going and purring and stuff. You're watching after other people's kids, and you're trying to be like, you're trying to teach them. And if I'm sitting there and I'm like, if my son came home and he started looking in the back of his hand, I'd be outraged. Being a weird teacher is no crime, but weird behavior can quickly cross over into downright demented. In 2023, it was revealed that Joseph Tolkush, a college geography professor from the University of Louisiana, was paying students to let him paint their faces. Well, like a carnival act? I'm gonna make you into a leopard. Joseph was very open about his particular kink on social media.
Damn.
This immediately after the cat thing does not bode well for the Catwoman. And people found posts he'd made discussing them. And on Reddit, a post was found that read, quote,
I convinced the cute girls in my classes to let me paint their faces.
Okay, when you put it like that, bro? When you put the words together like that, like, ugh. I wonder why people think that 80% of the male teacher... No, 80% of teachers in general are predators.
How do you get to a face paint fetish? That's got to be some childhood trauma shit. Got fucking diddled by a clown at a carnival or some shit. You know what I'm talking about? Something weird. I was painted up as a squirrel. I got touched by Bozo. Who fucking something like that, right? Sophie Levon, who was 18 at the time, took him up on the offer, only to be creeped out after she was told he would pick her up from her dorm. He planned to take her to a room in the geography department where they could be alone as he painted her face. And reportedly, he became aggressive after she decided to refuse the offer. Sophie decided to file a police report to avoid any other woman potentially being put in this weird situation with him. Suddenly, months later, she received a text at midnight from Joseph. It was an image of himself dressed in clown makeup and frowning while wearing a shirt that read, I'm not a failure. My God. Campus TV station reporters started to follow him and ask him questions about the incident. Joseph struggled to think of believable excuses, telling them that it was a part of his class and used to improve the understanding of different cultures. He submitted his resignation soon after he had been exposed. Since then, more and more stories have come out about Joseph being weird and inappropriate with his students. First off, round of applause for the girl for being like, probably like emotionally trying to manipulate her or something and being aggressive. She's like, cool. 911. Hey, so there's like a fucking clown at my school, like paying me $20 on top of give me extra credit. And I'm glad that there was something actually proactive. Also, how sick is it that the school is just like, hey, by the way, you're a creep, right? He's like, it's just a Moroccan culture.
Oh, no, they were underage. Okay, never mind.
I called the clown.
Never mind,
100% of the
I was
motherfucker was
wrong.
touched as a kid by a
I thought
clown.
I was wrong.
At a fair. That's 100% how it started. Or maybe not 100%, but still pretty close. I did the clown bit pretty good. Bear trap. In 2024, a first grade teacher revoked the class's bathroom privileges after some of the students lost their restroom badge in the hallway. First off, that should be illegal. That probably is illegal.
Yeah.
None of you can shit. So you're in first grade and you lost a hallway badge. What the f are you talking about, you demented old... This decision led to...
Thank God the school provided, and obviously she was fired. But that is fucking insane that you do not let kids, actual infants, that are probably even or that some of them probably even need special needs before they even realize it. You know, before the parents even discover it. Because mine didn't find out until I was in late elementary school, like 5th grade, going on to middle school. Point is that like that probably need probably just know the functions of going to the restroom, coming back, and knowing what 1 + 1 is. And you're just there to entertain them until they go up, and then they learn. Point is that you stop them from. You can tell that I have ADD. Point is that you stop them from going to the fucking restroom, which is imprisonment.
Multiple students peeing their pants and being forced to sit in soiled clothes all day. And when parents found out about it, they demanded an apology. Wow, really relaxed. You gotta say sorry. But the teacher responded with a snarky email. Here's like a small excerpt from that email.
Today, my
Class lost their privilege to use the bathroom during class because they lost the restroom badge while being in the hallway. Unfortunately, we had some friends who needed to use the restroom and ended up peeing on themselves. I do want to apologize for that incident.
Hands inside mouth, grab her up, and she's like,
If I shit my pants in school,
You have?
nope, I've never.
What? I thought you thought it was like a huge arc in your school.
No, I had a fear of shitting my pants.
Oh, it was a
every day.
Oh, okay. I've shit my pants in school before.
And how did you? Turn
Yeah,
out?
same
How'd
here.
it turn out? You tell me, man. Prom.
It was just a bad time when I was having like medical issues. It wasn't like I just like, oh, I'm gonna shit. No. It was was having a medical issue that I do not want to get into. Do not ask about it. Leave it at that. Medical issue led to me pooping myself. Unfortunate. Shit happens. Literally.
Gang. So it turned out.
Was it liberating? Was it like?
It was, I was sick. I shit myself, definitely soiled it. Was like, this is disgusting. It reeked. So I took my underwear and I threw away in the bathroom. I went to the nurse's office. I said, I just shit myself. That's what I said. I said, I just shit myself. And she did, okay. And she called my mom and I was able to go home. I did throw away. Once again, custodians are heroes. It's not like they were dripping everywhere, but I wrapped in a towel and I threw it away. But it definitely probably reeked like shit in there. This only enraged parents more, and soon after, the teacher was fired from the school district.
Yay.
Good. A lot of justice in this video so far. I like that. Very rarely do we have a video where it's like, and by the way, they were arrested or they were fired. Sometimes teachers can vent their frustrations on their students in shocking ways that make them appear far less mature than the students they're watching over. Staff members have seen it all. Like one who witnessed another staff member making fun of a special needs student for having a flat head just 10 feet away from the person. A teacher did that?
Oh, teachers say some fucked up shit.
Really? You've heard some so? As a custodian, because you're mopping. They don't. You're like a ghost. What's the worst thing you heard a teacher say?
They kind of make fun of kids. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but they'll be like, a lot of them say like, there's always that one kid. And like, I fucking hate that kid.
That's fair. I mean, come on. We're teachers. We got a little water cooler talk. There's definitely. That's fine.
Yeah, for example, I felt bad for this one. Oh, this other teacher was an amazing teacher. She was so sweet. She gave me like grandma energy, and she was amazing, very sweet. She allowed me to. I didn't know this at the time. I thought she was just allowing me to wear my headphones because how disruptive the other half of the room was. Like literally, this is how the room looked. To help you guys picture it, it looked exactly like my table. You guys can't see my table. Let me just grab my camera real quick. Like this. It was like the room was in an L shape. And one side of the classroom was disruptive, and us on the other half wanted to do our fucking work. I was even talking to like my desk mates, like shoulder mates. They're like, they need to shut the fuck up. God, I'm just trying to do my work. I want to learn. I want to take down notes, like for future test. I'm like, same here, dude. They keep talking. And sorry, I thought I got a text. She was constantly dealing with that. She was older, obviously one of the older teachers. And she kept every time she would start a lesson, that half of the classroom would just fucking talk. And all led by this one dude. I'm not gonna say his name because that'll be not plagiarism. Fuck. What's the word? Pretty much where you're defamation. That would be defamation. That's the word. I got to it eventually. And they would he would always be at the center of it. I saw the pattern. It was always him, and then the rest would follow along like little ducklings. And I want to tell this story online. I don't give a shit. Fuck him. He moved schools after I did this, by the way. I'm pretty sure it was because of me. Because he was all nice to me after. But pretty much, so what happened? I finally lost it this one day. Nothing happened to me, by the way. I got no repercussions. I went up to him, and I slammed his desk, and I told him to please shut the fuck up. He was terrified. I put the fear of God into him. I would always remember this because it was the one time when I actually finally lost it, because I've been through years of fucking bullying and annoying ass kids. And I just finally lost it. I never hit him. I never laid a hand on him. I touched his desk, which isn't his property, so which is thank God. And God, this is gonna be a long ass video. And he, ever since then, he was all nice. He was calling me, complimenting my sweater. He was like, "Damn, what's good, homie?" I put the fear of God in him. Since then, he has not talked. He even moved schools, which is fucking insane. That's how scary I am once you really piss me the fuck off. Fucking awesome. Absolute cinema. Yeah, and after that, the class got quiet, and I was able to pass that class.
Only making fun of a disabled kid, though. That's just a fucking demented person. I've heard, I mean, there's one teacher, I can't remember his name, but it was like a long time ago. But it was when that South Park episode came out about the gingers, whatever. And no one really knew what gingers were. The teachers did, but the whole school did because of the episode. And there was, this one ginger kid in our class, and everyone just kept being like, whatever, ginger. Whatever. And the teacher thought it was funny, so he was calling him ginger too. So, that was probably the closest I ever got. But in 2025, it was discovered that in Salmon River Central School District in Fort Covington, New York, had built large wooden boxes to be placed in the classrooms with the specific intent of housing special needs students. What are we doing?
That's
Nick,
imprisonment.
I didn't think it was. They're treating them like werewolves.
Yes.
Am I wrong?
Like
last year, they got them in fucking crates, like they're ravenous werewolves. Get in your box, you damn beast! Digging deeper, it was discovered that multiple teachers.
That reminds me of the scene from the first Despicable Me movie, where like the fucking bitch would put the kids that misbehaved, quote unquote, in the box of shame. That's what that reminds me of.
Had been using these boxes to house at least 5 elementary students with disabilities as fucked up form of timeout. One of the punished children was an 8-year-old
Despicable Me
non-verbal autistic student. The inside of the box was padded with a small window on the front door, just high enough for the students to barely peek out of.
Bro, I'm gonna bring up the picture. I'm bringing up the fucking picture. That bitch must have saw Despicable Me. Saw what that bitch did. Yep, it's literally fucking this, bro. Look, let me go back real quick.
No, on the front door.
Look at it. You can't say it isn't the same. Have I not been full screen this entire time? Well, I can't be in full screen. Not gonna. Look, that one's big. This one's bigger, but it's the same fucking thing. It's literally the box of shame. That bitch saw that adoption agency bitch, and she's like, I love that idea.
Just high enough for the students to barely peek out of. Oh, God. Teachers would then hold the door shut as the students panicked while being forcibly secluded. Look at this photo! Are you fucking kidding me? It's an insane... It's a fucking Batman lair. It's Arkham Asylum in a fucking box in a storage container. Holy shit! When parents found out about the atrocious conditions their children were subjected to, they banded together to sue the school district. It is obviously against the law to house students in a box due to it being classified as a corporal punishment. Just in case that was unclear. There's probably someone pause. Is it a crime? However, when NPR asked the New York Education Department of their opinion on the matter, they said,
By law, personal decisions are a matter of local control.
how as a school district do you not put a hard stance on the box? We as a school district, we do not support the box. It makes it seem like there is a tinge of support in that response, does it not? As of right now, the lawsuit is still ongoing as the schools remain under investigation. A year fucking later, by the way. As one would expect, some of the most demented stories involve overly religious teachers or take place at religious schools. It gets worse, however, when you realize that many times exorcisms have been performed on students. Over in St. Petersburg, Florida, a literacy author from a local community center had become convinced that 2 of her students were possessed by demons. 2 of them at the same time, Nick. You're rare to get one, but now he's got to buy one, get one free here. 35-year-old Danielle Harkins took both of them off campus to a nearby pier. There, she set up a bonfire and insisted that the 2 of them draw blood to release the evil spirits inside of them. Somehow, she convinced one of them to cut her own neck with a broken bottle, and she used a heated up key to seal up the wound. All in the name of God. According to police reports, the other students had perfume poured all over his hands before having it set on fire, which led to second-degree burns. They tried to keep the makeshift exorcism a secret, but when one of them eventually opened up to a friend about it, their parents were notified immediately about what had happened. In the end, the teacher was arrested on suspicion of child abuse. Yeah, it is kind of suspicious, right? That seems... Yeah, child abuse.
You almost made a child commit suicide. That's not abuse. That's religious acts, actually. That falls underneath the church's jurisdiction.
Maybe. This teacher feels like they had like a lock on their brain. This has to be like a religious, like manipulation, right? Deep-seated, like you realize that you're doing something wrong, right? They're like, what? Or you have something very evil in you, or whatever. Something that like a child would be like, what the fuck are you saying? Teachers commit all sorts of crimes, ranging from those that benefit them financially to more cruel attempts at hurting people for their own sadistic pleasure. Administrator Stephen Keenan was caught selling and trading school lawnmowers without the consent of the school board.
That seems
He had
like
traded in 11 mowers and
honestly, that seems like the tamest out of all of them.
brought back 7 of them for a discounted price. He then went to sell 5 of the 7 lawnmowers, eventually pocketing 10 grand in profit. The school board quickly suspended Stephen without pay, and not long after, he resigned. Well, sounds like one of those test questions, doesn't it? If Stephen goes and takes 11 lawnmowers, and he comes back with 5, it's like, doesn't it sound like one of those? What a weird side scheme, too. 10 grand is nothing to sneeze at, but also, what a dumbass. Like, what? We've been talking about a lot of weird shit today. Right, but I will put a little trigger warning up here. This story is a little. This is the reason why we even wanted to do fucked up teachers, was because of this story, because it's outrageous what the story is. Okay, so viewer discretion is advised. Stay if you want, or if you want to head out, we'll see you next time. But here we go. Yeah. In 2019,
head out now if you guys don't want to hear about this. I don't mind. I will not get upset. But stay if you're morbidly curious, or if you can handle it. Let's get into it.
A teacher in Louisiana named Cynthia Perkins was caught up in a batshit insane stunt that involved making cupcakes for her junior high school class filled with her husband's semen. Several students ended up ingesting them alongside lace energy drinks. According to the lawsuits filed against both the school and the husband, Dennis Perkins, who was also a former sheriff's deputy. Their home was raided after the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children received an anonymous tip. Dennis was taken into custody alongside his wife, and both faced a series of charges that were far more gruesome and demonic. Together, their charges included the possession and production of first-degree video voyeurism, and obscenity. Cynthia originally tried to hide behind the idea that her now ex-husband was the mastermind behind everything, even divorcing him to further the narrative. That didn't stop her from being sentenced to 41 years in prison without parole. Dennis, who delivered a half-assed crying apology in which he thanked Jesus Christ for forgiving him, was left to rot in prison for 100 years without parole. I hope both can die a horrible and painful death, these monsters. Absolutely despicable, disgusting waste of life. But that is, I mean, like, to me, it doesn't even matter what their motives were or what inspired them to do it. Absolutely despicable, disgusting. And I think that there's no reform for that kind of behavior. I think that, like, legitimately it should have been, like, death penalty shit. Like, I think it's just, people who do that stuff to kids should be killed, put down. I just want to thank Jesus Christ. You know what? Jesus Christ can suck your dude.
No, that'd be
I
a good
hate
thing.
when he's like sitting there and he's saying, "Oh,
No, that'd be a good thing. He wants that. He wants Jesus to suck his dick. That'll be pleasurable to him, and we don't want that. We don't want him to have any pleasure in his life. So Satan can burn his dick. There we go.
one of the
Or
things
maybe
Jesus
he's into that too. Fuck. He's a depraved piece of shit. Well, we should give him a long... I don't want to get demonetized, so...
Christ for whatever." Off. Hide behind that. You know what? Okay, well, we're going biblical. Let's go biblical. Stoning. You got stoned. Despite being a place where precious memories are supposed to be made, school is an incredibly volatile and challenging place for both students and teachers. If you're in a situation where a teacher at your school is performing secret exorcisms or hissing at you for answering a question wrong, there's nothing wrong with reporting it to someone. Anything's happening, you should always be open to communicating. You shouldn't fear. I think there's like a fear of it's like, well, I don't want to rock the boat or I don't want to get... If something weird is happening, you need to tell somebody. And if you're entering a career of teaching, get your own shit straight before the stresses of class and unruly children push you to make some irreversible mistakes that could also ruin the potential lives of these young people, right?
I said, whoever threw that paper, your mom's a hoe.
Oh my
I have
God.
so much respect for
Classic.
teachers that are like a huge positive influence because it will change the trajectory of somebody's life. One of those, about crying just fucking thinking about it. It's that goddamn video of the teacher the professional soccer player who thought that his teacher was dead. We're gonna end on a fucking positive note. This video. I want you to play that clip. Thank you guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Hello, Ian. Long time no see.
Mr. Pigden. You're alive.
I'm alive, he says. How are you doing?
I can't believe it. Someone said you was dead.
As you see, I'm very much in, and I'm so glad you've done so well with yourself.
That was sweet. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Comment what you guys want me to react to next. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.